day. And 2020 came along, and we all remember 2020. We don't have to revisit it. But what it did was, for me, is it shut down all the buildings that I was putting wallpaper in. So I was at home, and that little baby I showed you in 2017 was now 2.5, and I was potty training, and it was COVID. So nobody wanted to come over and watch my kid. And I decided this is the worst time to start my Amazon business, and I have to do it now. And I put 100% of my efforts into what I wanted to sell on Amazon and how I was going to do it differently than the stroller strap. I had to think, the reason I want to sell on Amazon is to build an awesome product, change lives, but most of all, the goal is to make money, right? That's why we do our own businesses. We want to make money. Sometimes we put our money back into the business, or we take some for ourselves. But whatever it is, the goal is to make money. So I wrote that down and I led with that. So I thought, what would excite me every day to sell on Amazon? Like, what is it? Well, for me, I thought $100 per every unit I sell would get me out of bed and really excited to be working on my business. So I wrote it down. I said, I want to make $100 per every unit I'm going to sell. And by the way, I still didn't know what product I was selling yet. But if you're going to sell something that you want to pocket $100 every time you sell one unit, it needs to sell for at least $200 or more on Amazon. So now I knew that I was going to be looking for products that were a little higher value and went for more money on Amazon. Well, that also means that you have to buy it a little bit more money, spend a little bit more money with your supplier. So I was thinking, well, if my goal is to launch around $200, I'm guessing $50 if I buy from China, maybe $70 if I buy in the US. And this is really where I started. I just started with, this is how I want my margins to look, and this is what I want to do. Completely opposite of the strap that I learned a lesson from. So what did I do? How did I find that product? Well, there are amazing tools that can help you with this right now. And I learned a lot of it. I joined a coaching program. I got a mentor. I went to AMZ Insiders, and I learned that you can modify an existing product. And this is huge. So I want to explain this. You're not creating a brand new product that doesn't have any proof of sales. You're looking for a product on Amazon or even other sites, like maybe even on Etsy or Walmart, that are getting sales and traction and already have proven sales results. And then you're making it better. So how did I do that? I found a couple different products actually in my price range. And I was like, well, if I read the reviews, and I spent hours digging through reviews, which now you can use an AI tool, which I'll show you a little bit later, very soon, but just in a little bit. I'll show you how you can do that in minutes instead of the hours I spent reading reviews, like 1, 2, 3-star reviews. But the biggest thing that I did was I changed the color. I made it more of a modern design, and I learned how to talk to suppliers through my mentorship program. And I keep this quote close by me. My dad said this to me my whole life. It's keep them delighted with everything but the price. And that really hit home as I was growing up. He said this to me when I was like 8 years old and I started my first dog walking business. And I realized that I was not going to keep my clients delighted because I was tiny and their dogs were bigger than me. And throughout my life, he kept saying that. And I realized you have to have a phenomenal product that people want, and you have to improve it. You have to make it better. And then you get to charge a premium price, and you know the value of your product because it is a good product. So keep that in mind. You are looking for quality products that you can be innovative with. Me Too products is what I call these products that are already out there, and everybody says, oh, I should sell this on Amazon. It's like, well, those are Me Too products, like these poppets, right? They're everywhere. I have like 50 or plus in my house because they're at every kid's birthday party. They're everywhere. And yes, if you are the very first person to sell that, awesome. That's great. But most of us are not. And when there are too many of these products out, the suppliers are not going to give you a break on the price because they're giving the price breaks to the people who came to them first, which means that your margins, where I showed you in the last slide, your margins aren't going to be there. So you're not going to have a lot of money left over to spend on marketing. And we call it PPC costs, but really that's Amazon ads. You run ads on Amazon to rank, and it's going to be expensive because there's too many people selling this product. So we know that this is difficult to stand out, but really, how do we stand out? Well, going back to my wallpaper business, what I did was I took one of my top sellers that I knew was already selling, and it's these wall tiles. They're on a ceiling here because I decided to showcase that you could also put them on a ceiling as a way to make them different. But these are wall tiles, and they're actual tiles, and you put them together to make a wall. And they're made out of bagasse. It's an all natural material. And this is before AI, so I actually dug into these reviews. And something stood out to me. They kept saying, well, they're an off-white material. It's like, well, yeah, they're an off-white material. They're all natural. They're bagasse. They're this amazing material from across the globe. Well, nobody cares when that's on your wall. They want your wall to look beautiful. So I found a way to make them white. So it's like, hey, I can turn these white, and then here they are in white. So I had them painted white, and then normally they'd be on the wall, but I was trying to show off that I could do the ceiling. So that's two changes I did: the application on the ceiling, and I made them white. And they did really well. Like, people really liked the white ones. And those are simple changes that I had to do. I did not have to go and get a crazy designer. I just had to figure out how was I going to turn these tiles white. And then from there, I added in black and green and blue and red. And I started marketing them to lots of different applications instead of just walls. I did movie theaters and stuff. I see a question: what material am I talking about? It's called bagasse. It's an all natural plant material. I believe it's over in Southeast Asia. I don't sell a ton of these anymore because I work on some of my other brands, but this is one of the cool products that I was excited about that I innovated. Oops. And then, here is, I don't think John will mind me sharing this story. I love showing this pillow because John Sims, who's part of our program, AMZ Insiders program, he followed this method that I'm teaching you right now exactly. And he was able to take this flower pillow, which was already selling on Amazon, and he made simple changes. He played with the size, he did some different colors, he made the shape, the filling a little different, and also the amount that you can buy them in. Those are just easy. I don't want to call them easy changes, but I guess my point is we try not to overthink it. We want to make a list of all the changes we could make, but you don't want to stray too far off, right? So him just changing the size makes a big difference to the competitor. So you can find all that digging into the reviews. And this is one of my favorites. It's just paper airplane, right? Somebody took a paper airplane and they attached a device to it that now can Bluetooth to their phone, and you can use the phone as a controller. I think anything with an app is a home run to sell on Amazon. There's a lot of reasons why, but the number one for me is your customers will have to come to the app to use your product. So right there, you have an opportunity to engage with your customers and pull them into your brand. And these dog collars always make me smile. It's like, I feel like when I've been walking my dog at night, it was always like, how do we put reflectors on the dog collar? And then how somebody's like, well, let's just make it light up, right? So it's like it glows in the dark or it lights up. So these actually light up. And I thought that was brilliant. And it's like taking a simple product and just making it light up so that it can glow in the dark. This remote control car, I have to tell you, I completely overpaid for. I think I paid like $50 for this basic looking remote control car, because how cool is it that they took the basic remote and they changed it so that it attaches to a hand or a wrist, and you can actually control the remote control car with your fingers. Like, I just thought that was brilliant. So I bought this for my 5-year-old, mainly because I wanted to support them, because I just thought this was so innovative on a regular remote control car. So that's just kind of another way to start thinking about when you see products sitting there, like, how can I change it to make it cool? Can I have it be rechargeable? Can I add a remote, different style of a remote? Can it light up? And I love to just play this game every time I look around at products, like, ooh, what could I do to improve it? And innovation is what's winning on Amazon today through 2024. You have to be able to stand out among the crowded marketplace. And you hear, is Amazon saturated? And I say, no, it can't be a better time to start selling, because there's so many ways to win when you have your innovative product. And with AI and the tools available now, it's much easier to be innovative with your products, and it takes a lot less time. Another number one reason that innovation wins is you can protect your product with a patent, like a design patent or copyright or trademark or utility patents. And then when you go to sell your Amazon brand, you have a patent, and that is going to make your brand a lot more valuable. And I had that with the products that I was selling with my first brand that I sold. I had gotten I had 2 utility patents. And of course, we really recommend trademarks. And the best thing when you have an innovative, cool product is people will love your brand. So I did all this with a product that was in outdoor sports, and there were big names already in the space. And I thought, well, there's big names in the space, and I am smaller, but I'm putting a lot more effort into it, because this is the way that I think. If I'm going up against larger brands, they are hiring people to run their Amazon account. And here I was about to launch a product that I was putting all of my time and effort into. And I was learning how to do this from experts that have already had proven success. So I was ready to go. And this is what I did to kind of ensure I had the best launch possible. It's pretty simple. I ran the Amazon ads. Those are the PPC ads. I put up some Google ads, and I did some social media at the time. I just did Facebook, Instagram, and I didn't have a ton of money for influencers. So I really only picked a handful of influencers. And I'm showing you this picture because, today's the second Prime Day. So a lot of sellers geared up for second Prime Day today as their Super Bowl. And then there's Christmas, which most products are great Christmas gifts. So everybody should see a little spike at the holidays. But for me, my Super Bowl was Father's Day. I thought every single dad needed my product in their house. So I went big, and right away I was optimizing for Father's Day because I wanted gifts for dad who have everything. I was like, that is me. That was exactly what I did. So you really think about who your target audience is and who should have your product. And that's what I did. I made sure I understood who I was marketing to and how much I needed to sell. 0 to a million is really about keeping it as simple as possible, but making sure that you're doing it properly. You're paying attention to Amazon's rules. You're getting advice from people who have proven results and who have done it. And it wasn't really an accident that I hit $1 million. Yes, I was pleased and it surprised me, but I worked backwards. I knew if my goal was actually $900,000. So I worked backwards. What does that look like for sales? How many units per month? How much money per month does my company need to make? How many units per week do I need to sell? What do I need to sell on Monday? Like, how many units should I sell on a Monday? Mondays are kind of slow days. And if I didn't hit Monday, well, when Thursday and Friday came around, I could adjust and tweak. And I'm going to check the chat really quick. Angelique is asking about patents and trademarks. I have a phenomenal trademark and patent attorney. It all varies depending what you want and what you do, but I'm always happy to share contacts with you. So hit me up on Instagram and I can totally send you my my contacts and share that with you. Always happy to share my contacts. And that's part of knowing, getting around the right people who know how to sell, because this Amazon selling space, we all want you to do well. Like, I want you guys to sell well. I don't want you to make mistakes. I don't want you to waste money. So I love that you're asking questions and looking for help from people who have had results that you would want. Now, we talk about driving external traffic and using AI tools, and this is really the game changer in how you beat out your competition through 2024. And this is why I'm so excited to still be selling on Amazon. I'm actually launching a new product, hopefully later this month, and I am doing it with external traffic and using my AI tools. ChatGPT, I use Bard as well. It's really a preference of what you like to use, but ChatGPT, let me see in the chat just so I can get a gauge. Give me a 1 if you're using ChatGPT or Bard already, and give me a 2 if you're not like super familiar. And then, yeah, Abby's asking, when I say adjust and tweak, do you mean your campaigns? Yes, exactly. So if I don't hit my goal on Monday, I start looking at my ad campaigns or my connections I have. If I have an email list or customer phone numbers, all of that. Yeah, I start thinking, how can I get those sales come up? It's called Bard, like that. Bard is on Google. I just put it in there, the correct spelling. Okay, great. So most of you are familiar with ChatGPT. Awesome. Well, ChatGPT is phenomenal for Amazon selling because you can just ask it a whole bunch of really fun questions like, what are the most popular home good products that cost between $35 and $75? And dollar amounts are very important to me. So if ChatGPT had been around in 2021 when I was launching my first product, I would have been asking it, what products in outdoor sports can I sell that retail for above $200? And it would have given me a whole bunch of product ideas. I didn't have that opportunity and I still did pretty well. So with ChatGPT, you guys should all be doing better than me. Now I am using ChatGPT more. And don't worry about writing down all these prompts. For everybody who stays on, we will let you know how to get a copy of our prompts, and I'll have more prompts in just a moment. And this brings me to Shoelix, the review AI tool. That is my absolute favorite tool because I did spend hours and hours going through reviews to try to improve my products. And I'm talking hours, like 1 stars, 2 stars, 3 stars. And now you can do it really, really quickly with AI. And I'm just checking the time. Okay, it looks like we unless Jamie stops me, it looks like we have pretty good time. I'm actually going to do a live demo for you on Shoelix because I love this product, this AI software, and it ties directly into Amazon. So let me open my browser really quick. Okay, so we're just going to go over to Amazon, right? Okay, so we're on Amazon and I have the Shoelix has an extension, but we're just going to shop in here. Trying to think, I'm going to put in pet water fountain. This is actually a product I've been looking at. I haven't done too much research. Okay, so pet water fountain. I like this product because it comes up with 30,000 search volume, which to me is really good. And I'm thinking of this as like an automatic water fountain for pets. I personally also think this is a cool product to research because the price points vary. And I like to sell things that are at least above $25, like minimum retail on Amazon. So if we do search, so here's all the automatic pet water fountains. And here you see the Shoelix extension right here. And oh, there it is. Okay, here's the extension. It says review analysis. So right away you click this and look at this. This is so cool. It pulls up all of the water fountains. And what we're doing here is you just select, you can look through this list and select all the ones that you want to know what the reviews say on them. So the negative reviews, the positive reviews, and it will compile all of this. And you can select up to 30 of these. This is a game changer for me. And this saves hours and hours. So you select, if I hit select all, and then you hit create report, it will start to create the report for you. And then you log into Shoelix, you'll already be logged in with the extension. And then you click on pet water fountain. And here it loads the report. Okay, so we just analyzed over 100,000 reviews in like seconds. And okay, well, this is interesting because it's who's the customer profile? Well, it's saying like cats. I have a dog. I was thinking, well, I want to use it for my dog. People do, but surprising, it's more for cats every day. All right. And then the usage, and this is good for finding out your keywords, but really my favorite is right here, the rating optimization. And then below this, the customer sentiment. So let's pause here for a second and look at this together. I haven't seen this yet. So, okay, so these red dots, pump issues, 13%. That is over 12,000 negative reviews saying there were pump issues. So you can improve on the pump, short lifespan, difficult. Okay, so over almost 9,000 people said difficult to clean. When I see that, I think, wow, it could be self-cleaning. And my brain starts to go with, well, how does that become self-cleaning? And I might start researching self-cleaning, how you could make that happen. I don't know why, but that like cleaning light just like popped into my head, like maybe after the animal leaves, like the light comes on and cleanses the water or cleanses everything. Anyways, this tool really gets my brain going. I also like to look over here at the positive reviews. Look, easy to assemble. That's huge that 13,000 people took the time to say this was easy to assemble. So your product better be easy to assemble if you're going to sell this self-cleaning. So now I've decided it's a self-cleaning water filter for pets. And then down here, it really will just lay out the negative feedback for you. So pump issues, short lifespan, difficult to clean. And I mean, the report goes on and on. It's absolutely phenomenal. And I do want to say that Shoelix has given us some, actually, Jamie and I at the end, if I think Jamie will be fine with this, we'll be able to email out a special offer from Shoelix that we just need to reach out and make sure Shoelix is okay with that. And then we can share this with you so that you guys can take advantage of this tool as well. And okay, I showed you this. This one that I analyzed here and put in the presentation was a high-end foot massager that costs about $300 retail. And so I was looking at foot massagers and how to improve on those. Okay, coming back to the presentation. I'll just check the chat really quick. Yes, Christine, you like my idea, the UV cleaning light? Awesome. That's my gift to you. I don't sell in the pet category, so I will actually not be creating that product, but I would definitely validate that. Okay, so for Chat GPT, a lot of you said you're already using it, some saying you're just getting started. And I think these prompts go both ways. You just start playing around with Chat GPT and you get better and better. But here are 20 prompts that we use at AMZ Insiders. And we've compiled this and we're constantly sharing and brainstorming together prompts that we like to use. So no need to write all these down. As a bonus, we'll be able to get all this out to you. And there you go. And the number one thing I would say that helped me before I even got started was that I asked for help. Yes, I had tried this strap on my own and I didn't do too well selling it. And so I thought, well, I mean, yeah, I was a little bit embarrassed, but only because I just didn't know what I was doing. I wanted to sell on Amazon, but I didn't really understand how it worked. And I tried it on my own and I only tried for like a couple months. And to me, that's not really trying. And by the way, I only spent a couple $100s on this. So it really wasn't a big deal. But what I needed was help to learn how to sell on Amazon as a business that I could grow and be able to sell one day, which was really my goal. And together as a team, all of us go faster and farther. And you know this, no matter what you're working on, you do it better when you're working with a team. And really learning from AMZ, the team at AMZ Insiders and led by Jamie Davidson, is what got me from 0 to $1 million in 12 months. Would I have ever gotten to $1 million? I don't know. It certainly would not have been within 12 months. And look, I still made mistakes that cost my company money, but not huge mistakes. And I set my business up properly from the beginning so that when I went to sell it, it was a lot more valuable than if I had tried to sell this business that I had set up, because I didn't get my account even set up properly. Is it hard? I get asked that all the time. And if anybody follows me on Instagram, I am very honest. I say, yes, this is hard. Anything worth doing in life and where you get the results you want is probably pretty hard. And it's like, if you believe building your own Amazon business is going to give you the life that you're looking for me, it was more freedom. I wanted more money. And I wanted the opportunity to make myself as much money as possible. When I was in the corporate world, it's like I was waiting for my year mark to get my, 2, 3, 4% raise. And my bonus structure kept changing. And so that it was just hard. And I thought, I love working here and doing this, but what if I was the one running my own company? And if you're thinking, this is an opportunity that you should be taking advantage of, and you need some help, but it's like, how do you choose the right person to help you? Well, we always say if they have significantly better than average results selling on Amazon, and that's somebody I wanted to help me, right? And that's what we look for in our coaches who also help coach, is that they came through the AMZ Insiders program and they followed our methods and they are having, 6-figure and above results. And has it worked for a long time? That's important, right? They're not new. Right? You don't want somebody who just started their business and is now on Instagram saying, hey, I can teach you how to do this, because one person doesn't have all the answers of how to sell on Amazon. And are we still scaling our businesses consistently over time? Well, I mean, for me, I exited that business and I started a new Amazon business. I actually sell a book also. I wrote a book not related to Amazon. I wrote a book and just did a rebrand on my brand. I am obsessed with selling. And I think it's kind of what happens when you start to feel the success coming is you just want more of it and you want to stay tied into this amazing community. And direct support is huge beyond just courses, right? Where you're just watching courses or maybe attending a training. Do you get direct support, like one-on-one mentorship? I have to tell you, when I ran into some big issues, it saved my business to be able to say to the AMZ Insiders team, hey, I ran out of inventory and which I ran out of inventory right before 5 days before Father's Day because I'd over marketed and I didn't have the confidence in the units I thought I could sell. So I ran out of inventory, but I had the team to back me up and help me get myself kind of out of that bind. And in the chat. So yes, I am one of the coaches at AMZ Insiders. I'm managing partner and now I coach. And the reason that I coach is because it made such a big impact in my selling story that right after I sold my business, I thought I need to start coaching with Jamie at AMZ Insiders. And I was lucky that he took me on as a coach. So if you're interested in becoming a client with AMZ Insiders and having me help you grow your own profitable Amazon business, here is how I can help. You can scan this QR code or do callamz.com. And then we can put the link in the chat as well. So you can just easily click it.
Sure. Yeah, maybe give them a little demo how to hold up their phone to scan if you guys haven't used the scan before.
Oh, you know what? I don't even know if the scan works. Can you guys scan it? I'm going to try to. If you guys will scan this and let me know in the chat if it's working. You just hold up your phone to it. So you open your camera and then hold your phone to it and the QR code should pop up. So let me know if that works for all of you.
Cool. See, Marina says it works. Brandon, it works. Awesome. I know that's just like a couple little questions right there in order to get one of the spots there, right?
Yes, we do put a few questions in there. So it's just a couple questions about you because we really want to know about you. And we're always looking for people who are ready to take action. We're a small program. It's application only. So there's nothing to buy on this webinar right now. I just want to provide you with my story and give you some tips on innovative products. And then if you're feeling like, yes, you're ready to take action, then that's definitely, we want to connect with you. So that's where you scan, answer a few questions, and it'll take you to a calendar to reserve your spot. We only have a limited amount of spots. We do not open this to everybody. And I do have to mention, this is special that we're opening this many spots for all of you today because we're doing this to celebrate Amazon's second Prime Day. So it's kind of our way of giving back. Yeah. Okay, awesome. It is working for everybody. Wonderful. So the Insiders Pro Academy is the heart of the AMZ Insiders program. And we have some mindset tools. Most important, if you're starting out, is finding your product to sell. And we have our proven methods and a robust section with how to find your winning product. And we also have one-on-one help, helping you select your product. So we take it very serious when you're trying to find a product to launch on Amazon. We want to help you find the right product for you to sell. And it's not the right product for me to sell. It's the right product for you to sell. So I won't interject like, oh, I would spend more money. We understand that this is all about you and what product is best for you. And then we help you position your business for success, like AMZ Insiders was able to do for me to help me start off with a clean account and keep everything within Amazon's terms of service, so that when I went to sell my business, it was worth what it was actually worth, and I didn't have to back stuff out of it. And we talk a lot about how you can source products. Sourcing is a huge part of your margin, right? Where I was talking about how much money you want to make per unit. Well, we have lots of secrets to sourcing. Jamie, who has sold over $100 million on Amazon, he is a master at sourcing. And we also have sourcing agents and just a lot of sourcing resources that we love to help and share with you. And we know about branding and listing creation, and we have advanced sections as well as the fundamentals on ranking and launching to take advantage of the first 60 days when you launch your product, somewhere around there. It's called the honeymoon period, but it's the time where our students will see their products rise up to page 1 and the sales come in, and we help you keep that momentum going. We talk about advertising, and of course, getting reviews is very important for credibility. And we go over all that. So there's the QR code again. I think Jamie put the link in the chat a few times. You can also type it in. So we have a full suite of coaching, and the Insiders Pro Academy is where you go to get all of your resources. And we have reference guides, I have worksheets in there, and we have tricks for everything you're doing. And weekly live trainings are what kept me going. I still have my notebook. This is my notebook that I brought to all my weekly live trainings when I was in the program. And I took notes the whole time. And sometimes I didn't exactly know and comprehend every little thing that I was being taught on the trainings, but I wrote it down. And when I wrote it down and took those notes, I came back to it and thought, oh yeah, I'm at this point now where this training is relevant. So I thought of it, for me, it was like getting my education on how to sell on Amazon. So I took it serious. I showed up to class as much as I could. If you miss it, no big deal. They're all recorded. And then we have one-on-one private Zoom coaching calls, and that will get you ready for launch. And also you get to ask all of your Amazon related questions. And I talked about the spreadsheets. The most helpful spreadsheet feedback we get is our product selection spreadsheet, where you will actually be able to brainstorm and write your margins and see how we like to find products. I created the spreadsheet, and then other coaches have kind of added on to it. So people have asked if they could buy it, and we said no. It is exclusive to our AMZ Insiders members and community. So even though people are throwing money at us for this worksheet that I created, we say, no, this is private to our insiders community. And we really do go over all the launching and ranking strategies. And we have AI. We know that if you are selling on Amazon and you haven't embraced AI, that we need to teach you how to use AI simplistically, kind of like I just did with Shoelix, right? Like, it isn't complicated, but it is necessary to beat out your competition. So that's our goal. And we're always learning together. So if you have AI stuff that you want to bring to class and tell us about, we welcome that as well. So who is this for, right? We touched on that a little bit, like why you have to answer some questions when you scan the QR code to book your call. Really, because we want you to have the desire to build your own financial asset. And it's okay if you want to run your business for 10 years, 20 years, and pass it down to a family member, or if you want to do what I did and build it up and sell it. But it's really that you're looking at this as a business and not as just, a couple easy ways to, sell some products and make it a little side hustle. Like for me, it started as a side hustle, and then it flipped to become my full-time business, but I was still building it because I wanted it to be an asset. And somebody who takes action, we talked about that. It's about taking action And we'll tell you the story about the Uber driver, John. He showed up to AMZ Insiders with this attitude of, I am ready to go. And he's this robust, outdoorsy guy, and he's crushing it with his flower pillows. And really his desire to have a highly profitable business right away. And that's what I saw in myself too, is after I had failed with my first product, I knew that I wanted to start my Amazon business and have it be profitable right away. And if you don't do the work, then you're not going to get the results. So you have to say, I can put in the work and I'm going to do this for myself, for my family. Oh, and there's Uber driver John, who I was just talking about. See, he's like this outdoorsy guy. This is the guy who is the master of the flower pillows. And this is where the methods of AMZ Insiders really shows you the magic, because you cannot just judge somebody and say, oh, this guy should be selling hiking boots. No, he did his research. He found a brand he could stand behind and products that he is now launching more products in his home decor line. So that I just absolutely adore John and his tenacity when it came to jumping into the program. He just set a great example. And within his first month, he was over $10,000 in sales, and he fast tracked. He's already rebranded because he wanted a new logo. So I could brag on him forever, but you guys probably at some point need to eat lunch. And here's more of the instructors that come and present at the live trainings. Jamie Davidson, who is on this webinar helping us. He is the original founder of AMZ Insiders, and he has over 3,000 products that he's launched and scaled on Amazon and beyond. He's even gone into retail stores. So it was an honor to learn from Jamie, and all of these other coaches are phenomenal. Matt Atkins helps with product validation, and he is phenomenal with Amazon ads. And a lot of these faces that I'm looking at, it just occurred to me, people pay thousands of dollars to see them on stages. Like some of these people have spoke at the $1 Billion Seller Summit, and people pay, I think that ticket is like over $5,000 just to see them speak. And we not only have them come and present and do trainings with our community, but then they're in your portal. So you can go back and watch their trainings, and you get to ask them live questions and answers. So they really become part of your Amazon selling journey.
Yeah, and I saw there was a question about product here.
What's
I have to scroll back up? Yeah, it was just, I just want to make sure.
What's important on the product selection spreadsheet?
Yes.
Margin. Your margin is very important. That's really when you're brainstorming and trying to pick your product to sell, we have to see what your potential margin is, and what your potential sales could be. And that's really what we're looking for to validate, along with search volume and sales for the keywords that you're going after. Like, does it make sense? And then on top of that, how expensive will it be for your PPC, for your ads on Amazon to rank? So it varies. If you're selling something very competitive like a massage gun, you need a bigger budget than if you're selling maybe that automatic pet fountain, because that search volume was like around 30,000, which would be easier. Well, I'll just say less expensive keywords than massage gun, because massage gun has like over 100,000. Okay, now I'm going to geek out on this. You tell how much I love talking about this. And of course, I'm one of your coaches as well. And I am coaching every day. Like our students today have heard my voice several times already. And these are reviews, right? I love going through the thousands of reviews we've had. And some of these should be familiar faces. If you guys know anything about the Amazon selling community. And I think, Jamie, is this David Cups right here?
It is, yes.
It is. Okay. Yeah. So you helped him with his Amazon business, and he's had how many successful brands?
Yeah, they've him and his wife are like a 2-person team. They've exited, they've built from zero and exited 5 brands now, and combined it was just over $14 million. Each of the brands were like 2 to 3 years from start to sale.
Yes. Awesome. And then, yeah, Angelique was asking about Shoelix. Yeah, it's called Shoelix, and we will send out a special offer from them to all of you who attended. I just need to ask them if that's okay if we share it outside of our community. And yeah, David Cups is very impressive. And now he doesn't have to spend much time on his business.
No, he's bought a bunch of horses in Indiana. They're building a farmhouse on top of their dream home, and he took up polo, which is entertaining itself. So, and Joey, just an update here. I do see a bunch of you guys have scheduled your strategy calls. Like Joey said, it's application only, nothing to buy here. But we do look forward to meeting a bunch of you guys and see if where you're at, where you're trying to get to. But Joey, it looks like there's about 6 spots remaining. I see we've got a ton of people that I see. Robert, Paranaz, we've got Marina, we've got Angelique, Rhonda, William, see there. I won't go through all of them, but yeah, I see a bunch of guys did take advantage of your strategy call. And I know we get some cool bonuses with that too, including the Shoelix. I know it's $100 a month, and they pretty much give it to you for free for an entire month, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, we'll work on getting that Shoelix bonus set up. I'm glad everybody found it valuable. It is a life-changing tool to me, because I mean, I can't tell you, I think I spent at least 25 hours digging through reviews, and now I can just do it so quickly for all of my businesses. And yeah, I feel like I'm going down memory lane with these reviews, but it feels like almost like I'm getting my first sales again when I see our students start to get their sales come in. Like we pour so much into the community, and it's just amazing to see these. So I love looking at all of this. And we eliminate the excuse of how to select a product, because we are the leading coaching program, I think maybe the only, that is really heavy into helping you select a product to sell. Because as Jamie taught me, you are only one product away from your $1 million business. And that's really what got my business from 0 to $1 million, was one product. I did launch other products, but they did not perform as well as my one product, mainly because I didn't spend as much time marketing it, because my one product just was taking off. So it's not that I made a mistake, but I wanted to build out this store of all these profitable products, but my one product, my first product, is the one that really took off. So yeah, that's what we're looking for all of you.
So true. And I saw Angelique had that question. What are the requirements of selecting a product? Like how many reviews and other requirements? Obviously a huge topic, a critical topic, but Joey, any additional thoughts you want to share on?
Sure.
On that?
Yeah. I like to see that there are some sellers that don't have thousands of reviews, maybe under 400 reviews. It doesn't bother me when there are sellers with, thousands of reviews, as long as there's other sellers coming in that have less reviews, because those will become your competition. And then also looking at the search volume versus how much monthly revenue the keywords are bringing in. And is there an opportunity for you to capture some of the revenue with keywords that are not being utilized by all the sellers? So we analyze that with you and teach you how to do that. Keyword opportunity is huge when you're looking for new products.
Yeah, and I'll just add, a couple thoughts is, the right product for one person to sell is different than for the next person. That's why Joey and I both like to say that there's plenty of opportunity and room at the table for everybody to be successful. And it is, there's different budgets, different interests. Joey used the example with Uber driver John there, with his flower pillows. And the other perspective I say is it doesn't have to be your dream passion to sell the product you want to do. We just want to make sure that you're proud of the product, that it's of really good quality. I like to say, if you had some friends over for a dinner party, you could pull out your product and you'd be proud of it. So if Joey was showing her main products, or if I'm showing some of our main products, or people come to our offices and we show them like, hey, it's a good product, because at the end of the day, this is, you get rewarded when you provide quality. And so, the power of Amazon, the internet, just is a game changer, especially with these AI tools. But at the end of the day, someone's receiving that product, right? Just like all of us do, we're ordering on Amazon, probably weekly. And if you can do that and do that well, there's so much opportunity for everyone, especially right now as we head into Q4 right here in 2023 and into 2024 in less than 90 days.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a great time to launch, and you can learn how to rank from us. It's really not an excuse. I hear that a lot. Well, how would I get people to see my product? And it's, we love telling you about how to market. And I showed you that one slide, and 0 to 1 million is keeping it simple. So you can't use that excuse anymore if that was one of yours. And Jamie, here's your lady boss guy.
Oh yeah. Before I'll jump in, just another update. A few more of the spots did go. I do see Robert booked his call. Christine, Jamie, a fellow Jamie, booked their call as well too. And I see Christine as well too. So I just want to give you an update. So I know there's only a few more spots, but where's our lady boss? Did we lose him?
Oh, there we go. Sorry.
Yeah, I'll jump in just share. So, Brandon is pretty awesome. I know he's there in Austin where Joey is. He's got a great podcast on, they've exited their business now because their lady boss business, which was like supplements, women's health, sold for, I want to say somewhere between like 70 million a year. So, it's just like Joey, like Brandon's an action taker. So he wanted to get better on Amazon. And in his case, he posted in like this huge group, this ClickFunnels group, a few 100,000 people. He just said, who's the best at Amazon? And a bunch of people all chimed in about us, about what we do. And like the next day he was like on the phone, in his case, he asked me to fly out to New Mexico, or he flew me out, and we just jumped right into it. So it was pretty awesome. And again, he recorded everything we said, and their brand started doing, they were doing about 500,000 a month just on Amazon alone, on top of everything else they had going in their business. So pretty powerful. But he does the same thing we did. He knew he wasn't an expert in Amazon. He's really good at other stuff. So he just found us, right? Found the people, wasn't going to watch YouTube videos, wanted to get real mentorship, real kind of leadership at what, he knew he wasn't good at. And that's what we did. And same thing, Joey and I do this as well too. I mean, Joey and I spend probably over $50,000 a year in our own, right, connecting with other people in the industry or business, because it's just such a faster way for us to grow, right? We're not going to sit around and look for a course or watch some videos. We're actually going to find people that are really good. They're doing what we want to do. Maybe they're a few steps ahead. And when it comes to Amazon, people look to us. And the other thing I'll share with, back in the day when we first started, it was myself. I had the partners, and we had a really small team. Now, what Joey shared, like with Joey, with her experience, and Uber driver John, you should there, but like we have the team of trainers is probably the massive difference. And Joey's really helped lead that charge the past year. But that's something we're really proud of, that we bring in the best of the best. We don't view anyone else in the industry as competition, and that's why everyone wants to come and really be part of, to contribute to this AMZ Insiders community, because they know the members are serious, and the information is like the real legit stuff, not like this internet marketing hype that you'll see often online.
Yeah, super cool. Check out Lady Boss if you haven't. I was very impressed with their company. And they're in Austin like me. And I don't have time. Yes, I did not have time. Remember, I started when my kid was 2.5, potty training during COVID with no help. And my husband was working from home telling me to keep the child quiet. And I was like, this is the worst time to start an Amazon business. And I have no time. But I will say the best thing to do if you feel like you don't have time to do this, because I completely understand that when you don't have time, is block it off. So my kid would go to sleep at 9 o'clock and I would block off like 10 till 1 in the morning. And I go to bed at 10 o'clock, but I would block off 10 till 1 in the morning to do my product research. And I wasn't stressed because I gave myself the permission to stay up late, and not a day has gone by where I'm mad that I lost a couple hours of sleep because I was digging into my product research. And now that you guys look at the Schulich's deal, I didn't have to spend those 25 hours digging into all of my reviews on all the products I was looking at. So AI can help save you time. But really, you do need to carve out. For me, it was only 3 times a week for 4 hours. And that's all I could do because I had to do it after my kid was asleep and I didn't have any help at that time during COVID. Now, when he could go back to school, I was able to have a little bit more time to work on my business. But I think if you could do 10 hours a week would really have actually 10 hours a week pretty much got me launched. And then when things started getting crazy, when I was running out of stock during Father's Day and I had to shift, then it took up a lot more time, but I was shifting and I wasn't doing my wallpaper as much. So that was 2.5 months in, 3 months in, I was hitting over $200,000 in sales. And that's when it was like, okay, this is actually a business. Like I need to shift.
Yeah, and it was awesome, because you kind of executed that and kind of being there with you, with your journey, because we call this kind of done with you. So it's your business. You're going to own the brand. You're going to, we don't take any ownership. The amount of investment that people is way less than what Joey and I, we said we spend 50 grand a year in our own developing. And personally, we love learning too. Right. So it's one of the reasons why with the AI stuff this year, we kind of became kind of leaders on it quickly, and why we speak at events on the topic and people look to us is because when there's a new opportunity, we pounce on it quick. I saw one of the private chats to us was just asking about some of the biggest things that we've seen that hold people back. Joey, I know we've coached a lot of people and seen a lot of people. What would you say are some of the things that have held people back versus those that we've seen that are most successful in the business?
I think the being afraid for sure, but we're all afraid. And I think if you are second guessing yourself, that's okay, but you still have to take action and push forward. And you can overanalyze, and we understand overanalyzing, but at some point you just have to tell yourself, like, I'm going to push forward. And I think having the community and knowing my story, your story, other people's story is like the first product I sold, this didn't define me. This isn't what defined me as an Amazon seller, right? I've made other mistakes along the way as I've learned, and you just get better and better at it. And so I think that that's really been part of a lot of the success stories.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I think, I'll add another one too, just to for that question, people back. One is it's, the biggest thing that holds people back is themselves, right? And we're all guilty of this. A lot of us are wired from either past failures or thinking they're not deserving of good things, or like, hey, this can't work for me. We overthink, right? Overthinking can slow us down. And again, most people are guilty of this. I've certainly seen that in this between those that are most successful is is it's almost like thinking less and executing more, meaning like follow a process and obviously be thoughtful and think, but don't, in terms of, what I've seen certain people do is they're afraid to pick a product, right? So they get on there and they just go on and on. They're just looking for the next tool. Like we share tools a lot, right? We share what we like, and Joey shared several, but they're just tools, right? And so if someone's just searching, they think they can't pull the trigger, then we do it. Like Joey is an example like that. What I look for in things in success is, success leaves clues, and you see common threads of people that are successful. So I've had the advantage. I've seen a lot of people that worked with, and some of the people we've shown here, like Joey, he's obviously here, David Cups, we talked about, Brandon Poulon. We talked, there's a lot of people in the industry that we've helped and worked with. Some of the biggest names have gone on and they've paid it forward and are working with people that came through us. But they're, as Joey said, it's about taking action, taking that next step. The first step right here is to book a call, like Joey showed. If you hold up your phone there and just scan that, it's completely free. We don't charge for it. It's basically an hour call. Typically is about a $300 call. So it is completely free on the call. We just simply want to learn more about you, see if kind of what your goals are, if what's holding you back from achieving your goals so far, and see if we can help break those down. Because that's what I found is when we're big believers in mentorship and coaches, because we say like every Olympic athlete, right, needs a coach, right? So if you're an elite at something, every elite person, every elite tennis player, every elite golf person, they have a coach, because that's how you get to that next step. It's really hard, both with the tactics, but also the mindset. Joey, like this is some great pictures, like the ones on the left here. Like these are at events, right? When you get around the community, and Joey, I know you were kind of heads down building your business, but when you get out around other people, right, that have of a similar mindset, that are excited, it's, I guess what impact did that have for you kind of once you got out and kind of had a chance to meet beyond just even the initial steps of selling?
Yeah, it definitely helped to collaborate and learn and continue growing my Amazon business. I will say, while I was building my business, I was learning so much just inside AMZ Insiders that I didn't feel I needed to go to the conference. So I always tell people, just wait until you're at a point where you can receive what you're about to learn at the events and the conferences before jumping in, because there's so much good information there and people to connect with that I'm really glad I waited, and now I'm able to strategically pick and choose and understand everything. Otherwise, I think it gets overwhelming. And that's why the coaching program was good for me, to just dive into the coaching program, get my business growing, and then get out there and meet. And now I love the community. Everyone is so welcoming and everybody wants to help. And it's exciting to be part of the community. And like Kevin King in the middle, he's like a legend at Helium 10. He was on my podcast. Actually, this morning it went live, and I have a cell phone number. We can just text and ask him any questions. And he's just as, actually, I shouldn't say that, Jamie. He's an 8-figure seller, which means, 8 figures in there. So he's almost as big of a seller as Jamie. But he's an original Amazon seller. He's been in this business for a long time. So
yeah, but those guys respect, like in the industry. First of all, the coaching and helping each person individually is a lot of work. And so the reason why, whether it's Kevin or you had Brandon Young, those guys, there's a lot of respect, because the people that come through or part of our community are do very well. They go about it the right way. So kind of train the right way, and we look to help. We have guys like Anon. We were out at the Amazon event a month ago, and it was pretty cool that Amazon invited 3 podcasts in the industry to come participate and interview Amazon employees, other sellers, and Joey's Fearless Seller Cat podcast was one of 3 podcasts out of 1,000 in the industry that they brought out. The Amazon specifically paid for to go out there. And so Joey did those interviews, which was pretty cool. Anon, one of our community members, he lives out in Seattle. He actually has through his day job, has a box, and took a bunch of top people in the community out to his box at the a big concert at the Seattle Stadium and stuff. But like that's the type of community, and of course we're helping him get to the next level, him and his wife with their products. But you get plugged into this community of people, and it's cool because there's a lot of talented people. I use Anon had some ideas because he has an IT background, so he's got some cool community stuff that he's trying to bring more people into how to do this stuff successfully. So when you get plugged in, it's certainly it's the coaching and the training, but it's also an opportunity to connect with other like-minded people. And I would say it's hard to find that. I know, in my street here, in my neighborhood here, right? If I go up, there's very few people that do what we do. It's unique. This morning, with like Joey, you said, with your son and the flexibility, but like, both of us, have the flexibility to go support our kids' activities. I used to travel like 5 days a week before I got, into these jobs and well-paying jobs, but I want to control over my life and be able to dictate. We do travel when we go to events and when we want to go do things, but it's on our terms, not on someone else's terms. And that's, but it all starts with a call. Like I know, it really can be a game-changing life event if for those, and I think there's only like 3 spots left. I see Pam booked Brizzy, just came aboard as well too, Robert. So pretty excited for each of you guys, and I know again we've got some cool bonuses as well too for everyone there.
Yes. Well, it's great that we only have a few spots left. We'll stay on until those are filled. So go ahead and scan the QR code or type in, I think Jamie had it in the chat too.
Oh yeah, I'll put it back in. So, and Matthew asked, how much does one need to be able to get in the game? Which is a good question. I'll give you my take is, realistically, it's probably $5,000 to $10,000 the minimum to get going. We always talk about, and both Joe and I have been involved in other businesses. If you evaluate franchises and everything out there, you may spend, most of those are going to require, 50 to 100,000 minimum to get involved. Or you may have to take out a SBA loan for 200,000 or 300,000 if you wanted to, buy any kind of franchise out there or start a business. So the challenge a lot of the businesses too, it's like, there's not necessarily a proven method or path if you go buy a restaurant or start a restaurant, right? It's kind of like, that's why the failure rate's so high. Whereas, the Amazon stuff is really predictable because if you look at the annual sales on Amazon, it's literally gone up and up and up every year. It's this incredible platform. And then you combine that with, which we have a lot of experience, right? We've been working with people since for the last 6-7 years. We have proven results with people. So yeah, it definitely takes some investment in yourself. Like I said, Joey and I, we continue to invest in ourselves all the time. And, like Joey's podcast is doing amazing. And do we know how to run a podcast? We do. Do we know everything about running a podcast? No. So might we go to a podcast event if we think, there's enough value that we like? Absolutely. If it was going to accelerate and we could see how it could help us get there quicker, or, a podcast mentorship program. Absolutely. If there's like value, like we really only need like one thing of value, right? Like there's a gentleman who came aboard just recently. He's doing $4 million a year with us. And the reason is because, again, like if there's one AI tool that he implements in that business, that might be worth, $300,000, $400,000, right, on a $4 million business, as opposed to going, oh, I've got a $4 million business, I don't need any help. No, what you actually see is the opposite. The hardest part is getting started. So a lot of you that haven't started yet, take that first step and let us do the heavy lifting with you through that part. And then from there, you get around more people and we help you scale. And you get connected more into our network. And again, it might just be that one thing that you take, just like for us, one thing in the entrepreneurial field that we're constantly learning and testing and implementing. We're always shooting stuff back to each other about, hey, could this help us? Could this help us? But again, in our case, nothing to buy here. It all just starts with those that take advantage of the call, that they call amz.com or that the little scan here. I'm going to, Joey, check this out to make sure it still works here. If you hold up my phone here. Yep. All right, there we go. And other questions, if you guys have any other questions, feel free to put it in the chat, especially for those that have not booked a call, because, you know, to get Joey and I time, it's almost like $1,000 an hour. If you want us to come one-on-one for the call, for those within our community program, they have access to us as well as our coaches. We've got Matt and Maurice that, again, are really successful sellers as well too. You get access directly to all four of us on a daily basis. But for those that have not booked a call, then great time. So you're going to lose us after this. So if you have questions or anything holding you back, this is a great advantage. You'll be on your own basically. So we're happy to answer any questions. But I do see, it looks like the last few spots are again on there, because I do see a few more people coming in here. So this is kind of your last shot to grab one of the spots, have a conversation. If we resonate with you, our style tends to be very straightforward, very simple, because we just look to help people get results. That's how we do it for ourselves. And we're also selective, right? We're looking for people that kind of fit our dynamic, right? That are action takers. If you're someone that is always looking to blame something else as the reason, then we're probably not a great fit for you. If you're someone like, hey, I just want to follow the process, I want to get help, having enthusiasm and being excited about your own business really, really goes a long way. I find, very few things are successful without some level of excitement, enthusiasm, and determination. I know, Joey, you talked about in your own case, your own motivations around why you wanted to make this work. It wasn't that, it wasn't that you had no other options or anything like that. You had plenty of options. It was really about, the path and the goals that you wanted to achieve.
Yeah. And I believed it. I knew people were doing well selling on Amazon. And it's like, stop shopping on Amazon and start selling, because the potential is unlimited. And that was really what drew me in. And I just had to learn how to do it. That was it. I just didn't know how to sell on Amazon. And they don't teach you in college. So I wasn't embarrassed that I didn't know. I wanted to learn and figure it out, like so many other people have done. And I'm, so grateful that I took the first steps to apply for AMZ Insiders to see if it was the right fit or something that I could do.
I love it. I'm just putting it back in the chat here for you guys. Once we close this thing out, which will just be in just a couple of minutes here, we will shut this down. You won't be able to access this. I do see Pam. We see schedule your call. We look forward to connecting with you as well too. And again, only book your call if you're serious about that you're going to show up for the call. Just so you know that we do not waste any time, because it does take us time. We've got our head of client services, Jason. We've got Matt, and we're a small team, as Joey mentioned. If you do cancel or don't show up, we do not allow you to reschedule the call, because we just move fast. At the beginning, Joey shared the kind of the fast pass, the link to get in there and get after it. It is a lot of fun. I get excited when I have the opportunity to meet new entrepreneurs. For us, it's sometimes people ask us, why do we do it? It's been amazing for us too, right? In terms of people we meet, people we have the opportunity to partner with, right? Like Joey and I ended up partnering together. We're always interested. John is doing some more stuff with us now. Like there's people, we're always looking to grow and to better. And again, Joey, you always say it, there's room at the table for all of us. And so it's not just a way to purely quote unquote learn how to sell on Amazon. It's an opportunity to get connected with us. And, it's like my network is really all of our network, right? Like my network is now Joey's network. And so no, it's no longer my network. It's my network, and it's Joey's network and your network. So it's a pretty pretty exciting thing. We know a lot of people that have come into the space. Let's say you have an accounting background, right? And so you've come into the space, you learn how to sell on Amazon, and then you realize, well, I could also help other sellers with their accounting. But now I actually know the Amazon space because it's different. The accounting for Amazon or what's important is unique to e-commerce. So it's a great way too to get started in the space. If you have another skill set that maybe you could offer sellers in some ways. So a lot of people I've done a lot of work helping people sell their brands and sell their businesses. And some of the top people in the space, same thing. They got in, they learned how to sell on Amazon, and now you help people exit, and sell their brand. So, or let's say you're a graphic designer or you're great at video photography, right? There's just so many things in the space where there's this ecosystem that you can plug into. It all starts with the core of selling on Amazon. But there's so many cool ways you can do it. You can do it by yourself. You could maybe, if you have children, maybe you want to show your kids how to do this as well too, because the level of independence and the skill set is truly life changing. I've got a lot of friends, some of my classmates from West Point where I went to school, actually reached out this week and asked if I'd talk to their son. Another coworker asked me if I talked to her husband, right? Joey, you get this a lot too. They're in Austin, right? People reaching out. And again, we are selective, even with our own friends and people around us. We're out there, if people are going to do this, they have to be serious, and we want them to understand how to do it the right way. So yeah, we're happy to help if we've got space, but we're really looking for people that are action takers and really want this kind of flexibility and opportunity to build and be part of the community.
Yes, exactly. So anybody who thinks they might want to sell on Amazon, I encourage you to do it. The opportunity is amazing. And it's a lower barrier to entry because it costs so much if you're going to go buy a franchise or a brick and mortar, and you can get started on Amazon for $5,000, $10,000. And that's really where and why I say there is room for all of us to be selling on Amazon. There really is. I don't look at anybody as competition. I just want anybody who's thinking about selling to give it a shot and explore the opportunity for yourself. Because I don't want you in 8 months, 8 years to think, hey, what if I'd started my Amazon business? Like, now you'll know. You won't have to wonder.
Absolutely. Yep. And I see just Brandon. Yep. I see you applied, Brandon, booked your call. Awesome. And again, make sure when you guys fill out the survey, make sure the most important part is you get to the calendar and pick your time. If you don't pick your time on the calendar, then you won't actually be in our system. So we make sure you do pick your time on there. And yeah, Brandon, I see we got yours as well too. So it looks like just literally, I think we've got 2 spots remaining. Yeah, Brandon, the thumbs up. Awesome, man. Yeah, great having it. As Joey said, for everyone who did apply, we will send out the link to that Schulix link, which would be really cool. Yeah. That's $100 value, just straight up. And the tool itself is worth more than that. It's absolutely what you shared. I love that tool you shared, Joey, as well as, really the strategy you shared too. I mean, I think a lot of ways you took, here's Bar, you pushed the things that we had in the training, the mentorship, and you made it your own. You took it to another level, right? Because you had your own objectives and goals in terms of like your margins and the price point. You have a great eye for design. So you had, so you really made it your own. Everyone has that opportunity to really, make the business more successful than someone who's just thinking kind of at the basic level, but really making it your own.
Yeah. And I think whatever jobs you've done throughout your life so far really come into play when you're selling on Amazon, because you're running your own business. So I really was thinking, what was I comfortable and what was I good at, and how can I apply those strengths to selling on Amazon? And look, there were plenty of places I had to learn, but the strengths I had was design, because I was in design and I thought, well, I'm going to make a really pretty, nice looking product. And it's funny because my product wasn't even geared towards women, but I made it look sleek and modern. And I had some pretty decent photos that I put up, and those were skills that I had. And then I had to learn everything else. But I felt that it helped to have, like, if you think about the work you've done, have some confidence in that. I don't know if it's accounting, so you can do your books, or maybe it's marketing, or maybe it's customer service, or you're good at communicating or writing, whatever it is, it applies to your Amazon business, and you bring your strengths and then you learn everything else as you go, just like I did. And look, I'm learning every day. I'm launching a new product. It's a difficult product to launch because it's more in a, let's say, like medical area. So I'm learning all the time too. And it's a challenge. And I thought I really want to try to launch this product on Amazon and go through the process to learn, but also as a challenge.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So really, really cool. I see some people are asking in the prep chat too, asking about, can you really start and build this while working another job?
Oh, yeah, I highly recommend doing it while you have another job. I had my wallpaper business, and people do it on the side of their full-time corporate job. And I think that that's a great way to do this, because you just need to set aside your time when you're going to do your product research and grow your business on the side. What we don't like is when people are feeling a ton of pressure to make it work. I decided it's going to work. I'm going to set my goals and I'm going to learn and quickly scale, because I wanted to scale quickly. I wanted the company to make money fast, but I was not in this panic mode. I was in this creative, I'm building this business and I need to put in the time that it needs. And it was nice that I did it on the side of my current job.
Yeah, totally agree. One of the things I've seen evolve more and more is Amazon really values brand building. And, whereas back, like, I don't know, 5 years ago, 8 years ago, you might just like sell a product, like sell a fidget spinner, and then move on to another hot product and sell something else in another category. And now what you really want to do is just build call these micro brands, which is not hard. I mean, it's just, all you need to do is have your trademark for your name and your brand. Amazon really values it, because that's how Amazon is competing versus other platforms. They're competing against Walmart.com. They're competing against eBay. They're competing against brick and mortar stores, right? Target, all of these other retailers out there. They're also competing now versus social media like TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. Like, I'm buying stuff through Instagram and Facebook. Sometimes I catch myself now, right? It's not always Amazon. And so how does Amazon stay ahead is they need to have good quality brands that are authentic brands on their site. So if you build it with a brand, again, that brand can just be one product. Amazon is going to reward you with all these bells and whistles and features that they give you, like the ability to access, to have videos on your listings, to have the nice pictures at the bottom of your listing called enhanced brand content, to do Amazon Live, to do things like Amazon Post. Like, they have all of these cool tools, and you don't have to do them yourself. You can hire like a virtual assistant to do it. But it just gives you this massive advantage. And again, as we talked about from the beginning with Joie, this ability to then have this asset that grows that you can then sell is really powerful. And that's why this model is, we really believe it. There are people that, you'll get on a training about wholesale on Amazon, and it's okay. It's just very transactional because you don't have an asset. So you have to constantly you have to sell someone else's product, and they can cut you off at any time. Or if you're selling someone else's product without their authorization, that's like retail arbitrage. That can get you into some trouble. It's very transactional, and you have to start over constantly. Whereas when you're building your brand, not only are you building your sales, but then you have this asset that's growing. Like when Joie started, that asset was worth zero. She started doing 10,000 in sales, or just like John's doing 100,000. Suddenly the asset is a multiple of that. It's a bigger version of that, and then suddenly it goes from zero to multiple six figures or seven figures that you can then exit out and cash out today, which is pretty massive. So it's yeah, it's a really, really unique model and a game changing model. Not easy, but it is, if you do it the right way and you get the right mentorship and help with it, you can be really successful.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And looks like I see you putting the call in there. I think we only have one spot left.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're down
I was
to it.
trying
So,
to look.
yep. So, yeah, that would be it for anyone. Book the call again. There's no obligation as other than that you show up for the call. Don't book a call if you're not going to show up. Joey mentioned we have, the quality of the program is better than it's always been good, but it's really elite and next level right now. We're constantly upgrading it. The AI stuff. We just did an AI training this past week with the new tools. I know like Joey gave some really good value here with a couple of the tools on the trainings, the weekly training live, which cools, we can go deeper on the thing. So we can spend like the whole session, right, talking about how to use Schulich at a different level, or a whole session on how we can use things like how you can create amazing images on Amazon using tools like Midjourney, or there's a slew of tools that we can, we'll continue to go in as we get right here. And we're going to be in 2024 before you know it, guys. We're less than 90 days away. And this opportunity to this stuff is just ramping up. It's literally just ramping up. Of course, right now is Prime Day. Joey mentioned it, the Prime Day sale, which is like the Super Bowl of sales for Amazon. So that's crazy going on right now as well too. So it's just a great opportunity. I love, Joey, your phrase is you stop selling on Amazon, or maybe you're not going to stop selling, but start selling.
No, I said stop shopping, start selling.
Yeah, stop shopping. Well, I'll say most people aren't, sorry, not stop selling. I meant most people are going to stop shopping, but they should do maybe stop only shopping and do it as well too. And again, like you said, you have fun with your kid. I know even your son, how to promote products on Amazon and different things you can do. Yep. It's really a cool opportunity to involve your family, or do it with a business partner as well.
Yeah, I mean, my kid is turning 6 and he completely understands keywords on Amazon and about the buy box and the add to cart. And so it is great to, and he helps me with the products. If I ever have overflow at my house, he helps me put stickers on it. And that, actually I had a Instagram video go viral of me putting stickers on my products, but I do involve my kid in that. And I show him, like, you sell products and you get money. And sometimes he's running around the house trying to find products to sell. And I was like, well, yes and no, but it is really something that I think is great when you can involve your kids.
Yeah. Talk about social media, because that is a skill that we've gotten really good at the last couple of years. I remember when I first started this stuff, I didn't want to really, didn't want to have to get good at it. Then I realized how powerful it is for your business and your products to really understand social media. And there's no guarantee when something will go viral or not, but you can put yourself in a position, to win when those opportunities come along. So for that video there, how many views did you end up getting on it?
I think I'm at 2.2 million videos. Go check it out on my Instagram. I pinned it to the top. And it was about made in China stickers that I put on my own products. Yeah, I can't pull it up now, but yeah, I'm at 2.2 million.
2.2 million views. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. So there's stuff around tactics around that with social media, and how to create content, how to systematize your social media to drive external traffic. We talked about that earlier. Joey talked about driving external traffic as well too, but all those things are the strategies and things that we've done. We live it, so we get good at it. We've learned from others and we implement it. We test and we implement. We test and we implement. We see what works. And certain months, like certain platforms get really hot. Like actually, I think my Facebook page just had a video. It's over 200,000 views. So that's like by far the most I've ever had for one. And then sometimes YouTube Shorts. Like there's just things evolve over time, and being part of AMZ Insiders, you stay at the forefront of what's going on, what's happening, whether it's like the AI stuff this year, or, whether it's the Amazon stuff or a new angle on how to leverage it. It's about being able to move quickly to take advantage of these strategies. We always like to say success loves speed. So it favors those that, move quickly, that take action quickly as well too. So I think we're going to close down the opportunities here in just a minute. I think we'll take any probably final questions, and again, I'll put the links there just one last time for anyone who wants to grab one of the last spots there before we close out.
Awesome. Well, Jamie, thank you so much. This has been awesome that you were able to put this together, and I love sharing my story. So thank you all for staying on and listening. I hope you got some value out of it and learned something. But most of all, if you are thinking about selling on Amazon, and I would love to mentor and coach you. I'd love to see if you think AMZ Insiders is a good fit for you, and we find it a good fit, because that is where the magic begins. And I know this is not goodbye, and I know I will see and meet all of you again. So a huge thank you for spending most of your lunch hour with us.
Awesome. Yeah, it's so great. We see the people that have booked. So I see Yvonne just booked as well too. So awesome. And
wonderful.
Yeah, Brandon. Awesome. Yeah, Brandon, good stuff. Yeah, Joey, again, thanks for sharing. So much value. Your story is really inspiring. I know it's the reason why you're sought after on so many podcasts and so many stages to share this info. And hopefully everyone got a good amount of value around everything that was shared there, and hopefully a little bit of inspiration too. So don't hold yourself back, get out there, take that step. And like I said, for all those that looks like we maxed it out, we may open up a spot or two just for the last, if you're on the fence for any reason. Again, there's nothing to buy here, but you can have a chat, and just make sure, again, if you guys schedule a time, make sure you guys show up, because you're not able to reschedule just because the demand has been absolutely crazy in the last couple months. We're kind of at record levels, but we do keep it tight because we keep it's a very kind of boutique, hands-on way. And so awesome. Sid says thank you, Joey and Jamie. Yeah, awesome. Again, yeah, Joey, thanks again so much for taking the time for everything you shared. This was really, really helpful. I always love listening and learning as you share as well.
Well, until next time, and I hope to meet you all again soon.